Hello. Hello. Once again, here's something I've just run up for my son. I'm in Bedfordshire at the moment. It's late now. We've just finished steaming these curtains and pelmet board. As I say, you met my son, by the way. My son, we did a video on the...
On upholstering chairs.
Oh yes. Upholstering and the Venetian blinds. When you cleaned it for me. So here's my son once again. We come into his home, or he's allowed me to come into his home, but I'm not surprised because he needed some curtains and he needed his mother to make him some curtains. So here we are. I've made my son some curtains and pelmet board, and as you can see. Now he's going to be biased because, of course, he's going to have to say that he loves it, but it's not biased. It's absolutely the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell the truth.
Yeah.
I do love them.
Yeah.
I do love them. They look beautiful. They're exactly what I wanted. But you added to the heat value in the house as well.
Yeah.
They bring a certain warmth, not even just the actual material itself, just looking at them.
Yeah.
Brings a nice, homely, warm feeling to the room as well.
It just changes the room.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And the thing about it is, I'm in Bedfordshire as well, and late at night doing this job, because at this moment, this is more or less goes out live. You see now, we do it today, you see it tomorrow, or the next day after I've done all the editing, and it's been snowing up here. And that's what we're expecting now. So we had to give him some new sets of curtains, and get him all ready for the winter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it. Have you seen that ad when the phone and she says, "Give him a kiss," innit? So thank you for watching. This is just going to be a short video because you've seen it all before, and this is colour. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to put this video in the different fabrics that I have to offer. I've got several fabrics, the same fabric with different colours, and all you have to do is just order. Give me your measurements and so on, and I'll give you a code, and you can have exactly the same thing. These are pinch pleats underneath. Right, and then at a later date, they're going to be changing the vertical blinds. They're going to be changing it to probably white or something, or it would look nice with wooden blinds, which I'm just about to show him at the moment. Where are they? Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So thank you for watching, enjoy, and I hope to hear from you.
Bye.
Bye. This is the making of the Pelmet boards. The size of this Pelmet board is 254 centimeters long by 14 inches drop, and the returns are 14 centimeters return. Now, as you can see, first of all, before I start to do anything, these pieces of lining, which because the board is long, I need to make an extra bit. Not only that, the flaps or the returns that goes around the corner, they are acting as though they are hinges, so that I'm able to bend the wood to go around the corner. So, and at this point here, you're looking at the thickness of the wadding, and that's what I've used. You can use any type you like interlining. You can have it small thickness or thicker than this, and it gives it a different quality. And that's what I'm doing. So now I've glued the interlining, the wadding on either side. I now just staple it, or you can either use glue as well to turn it the other way round. So now I'm going to line up my fabric for each one, and as I said, the width, the drop of it is 14 inches, so I'm going to allow, say, probably 2 to 3 inches turnaround. Now you don't have to be exact on how much you're using, what goes underneath, because you're not going to see it, right? So it's just to make things look tidy as possible. So I've covered it now with my main fabric, and now I'm going to staple it. But at this point here, I am not going to make the fabric very tight. I'm just going to let it just casually smooth over the wadding, because sometimes when you do it so tight, by the time you've done the stapling, you've got at the top part, you've got bumpity bumpity bump, and we don't want to show that. We just want it to be as straight as possible. So here now I am going to staple my lining on. Sometimes you can actually sew your lining on like a pillowcase and fit it on, but this way is a more better fit. So I'm like, and what I've done here as well, I have doubled up my lining. Now I like to do that because I use more fabric, but this is what makes the quality. I do that because I don't want to see all the mess that's inside. So you remember I told you about the hinges that I did earlier on? This is where I'm checking now to make sure that it bends in the right places, because I've also got an extension, don't forget. And I don't want the extension to bend, I just want the 14 centimeters to bend, which is my right angle to go around the board. Now, as you can see now, it looks fine. The fabric is lined up. Now the Velcro that you saw me staple on top, the Velcro is there to help me when I install the Pelmet board. It makes life a much more easier. You don't have to put it, but believe you me, once you've done this so many times, it's a godsend to do it. And then you can just adjust it to when it's on the actual board to get it straight, and use a spirit level if you need to, but you don't really need to most of the time. So now I'm checking everything, and that's fine. Now on the table, here's some tape. And this tape makes things look sharper, and that's what I'm using to make sure that the line is nice and straight by the time I fold the lining back over on itself.